Hi guys, I am Ayan and I'm here to preview Thursday's semi-final between India and England at the Acharya Oval. Let's begin by talking about the form of both the teams. India, well, it would be wrong to say they waltzed into the semis, but they had a fairly smooth ride, save that one defeat against South Africa. England, on the other hand, have had to endure a tricky route. What with that washout against Australia, that defeat against England via DLS, and they suddenly found themselves in a must-win situation against Sri Lanka, where they of course emerged victorious. So yeah, it's the proverbial clean slate now for both the teams as they look to book a spot in the finals. Let's begin with the face-offs. I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to the most. I'm looking forward to Surya Kumar Yadav versus England's fast bowlers. Now, Sky has been one of course, India's most informed batter, but also one of World Cup's best batters. And his strike rate against pace is what makes him so thrilling to watch. He's striking at 208 and he's averaging close to 90 at the moment. And England have some really quick bowlers, don't they? What with Mark Wood, Sam Curran's been brilliant at the dead. Chris Woakes clocks good pace as well. So how Sky goes against them will be crucial in how India finish against England. A couple of reasons why his importance, Sky's importance, that is, to his team gets accentuated in Adelaide. The two shots, of course, he plays all around the ground. He's a 360-degree player, but the two shots that he prefers are slices behind point and that sweep behind square or that flip or whatever new names people are coming up with for his shots these days. But it's the region behind square that he really loves to target, and that could be one of his major strengths in Adelaide because of the shorter square boundaries. Team changes, I don't think India will make too many. Of course, Rohit Sharma was hit on his hand. However, word is that he will be fit and available. That's good news. Rishabh Pant could keep his place in the 11. Again, two reasons. He's very strong in spin. And let's not forget the match will take place on a used wicket. So it will be on the drier side and batting will become more and more difficult. Expect the team that wins the toss to bat first. So Rishabh Pant will try and take down Adil Rashid and Moeen Ali. And again, one of his strengths is playing square the wicket, which with these dimensions at Adelaide will be one of his plus points. However, if you were really hard pressed to find a problem with this Indian batting, it would be the fact that only two players are really in good form. Virat Kohli, who by the way was struck in the nets by Harshad Patel. We don't have any official confirmation on how bad it is, but he batted for a while and then left the training session. More on that later. But Sky and Virat Kohli are the only two informed batters as far as India is concerned. KL Rahul, of course, has gotten a smidgen of form back with a couple of 50s, but India would expect more from its top order, especially from captain Rohit Sharma. To England. Now, England is fretting over the injuries of its two main players. Of course, Mark Wood, who turned up stiff in training on Wednesday. He didn't bowl too much. David Malan, of course, suffered a groin injury and he looks like a doubtful starter. So who plays in place of Malan? Phil Salt is already option available. He played the entire series against Pakistan. Of course, that was because Captain Jos Buttler was resting himself. And but one more option that England could and would want to look into is Chris Jordan. Again, the dimensions of Adelaide will come into play here because Jordan's an excellent death bowler. He bowls full, his Yorkers. We all know how destructive he can be with those. So he could come in for Malan, a bowler for a batter. And Chris Jordan is a handy big hitter as well. And with those shorter boundaries, you don't want to bowl short, you want to bowl full and straight. So that's what Jordan does. And there's Willie too. So it's going to be fascinating because it's going to be a team India with excellent batting options, but not so much depth, and England who have a lot of quality and a lot of depth. But the fact that it's being played on a used wicket could mean that the ultimate determinant would be how players, the batters from both units tackle spin. Both have very good options. There's Chahal and Ashwin for India. There's of course Adil Rashid and Moeen Ali for England. So you'd imagine that Jos Buttler might want an extra bowling option for Adelaide. So there's one change that I see there. And of course, if Malan's unavailable, then whoever replaces him. They would really hope that Mark Wood turns up fit because he's been the fastest bowler on display and we all know what sheer pace can do. And I, for one, am looking forward to that face-off between Wood and Sky in the power play, should it come to that. That would be all for this preview, really. We'll be keeping a close eye on the game. Of course, whoever wins, India, if they win, it will be their first final since 2014, and they want to get their hands on that trophy. England, on the other hand, are so close. They've had a pretty unpredictable tournament so far, but they're peaking at the right time. So it promises to be better for contest. That will be all from my side. This is Ayan Acharya signing off. Thank you.